My name is Aaron Lopresti. I've been a comic book artist, a commercial illustrator, and a writer for over 25 years. And this is my YouTube channel.
Welcome back, everybody. It's once again time for Talking Comics and Art with Aaron Lopresti. I am, of course, Aaron Lopresti. Some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but about a year ago on Kickstarter, there was a Bernie Wrightson Tribute Book where a variety of artists contribute a pinup or a page of art for this book, and paying tribute, of course, to Wrightson and, his influence on all of us. I contributed a piece to this book. Now, being a novice Kickstarter person, I didn't really understand that at the end of a Kickstarter campaign, you get sent out, if you're someone backing a campaign, you get sent out a survey. And you're supposed to fill out this survey with your address and everything like that. That then goes back to the person that's doing the Kickstarter so that they have your information so they can actually ship you the product. So I ignored the survey because I'm like, I don't want to take a survey. So it took me a while to figure out and getting in touch with the guy that was running the campaign that I actually had to fill the survey out so he could then send me my book. Well, I finally did it, and the book arrived, and let's cut it open and see what's inside. All right, let's begin this surgical procedure. Cutting this book open. See if I can open it without actually destroying the contents inside. I love these book boxes. They do a really nice job of protecting the book. And you guys all know by now, I'm very big on packaging and protecting the product inside. All right, let's look. Ooh, it's exciting. Remember when I used to order books when I was a kid, art books, that were comic related, that, they didn't really have tracking and stuff. It just would show up, randomly. And you'd be waiting at the mailbox, for weeks, sometimes months, never knowing when the book was actually going to show up. And then finally it arrived. It's kind of like this. Now, there's a pretty grisly picture of Wrightson there. That's kind of interesting. Might have gone with a younger picture maybe, but that's all right. We still love you, Bernie. So I got some prints with it. Let's take a look at the prints that came with it. Look at this. This is by Tony Harris. This is freaking awesome. I mean, are you kidding me? Look how good that is. I'm so jealous. It looks like probably acrylic with colored pencil, kind of like a technique that Drew Struzan or someone would use. God, that is so good. Tony, you're pissing me off, but in a good way. So get rid of some of this extra garbage here. Oops. Nothing like banging the camera around right when you're filming a video. Okay, there's a Mignola print. Now look at this. That is classic Wrightson. Now you guys know me. Anything pre-1980, I'm a huge Wrightson fan of. Anything post-1980, it's kind of hit or miss for me. But these are all older pieces. Oh, that's really cool. The bookmarks, there was some nice Wrightson art on it. So I got this Mignola thing. I ordered this limited edition set that came with the prints and came with a slipcase. We were supposed to get free copies, but I was like, I just don't want a free copy. I want the nice one. So I went ahead and bought it anyway. And I wanted to help support the project, even though I worked on it for free, which was, I guess, essentially supporting the project. But so we got this Wrightson piece. I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is from. If you hear the clip clopping around, that's my dog annoying me during the video. We got a Wrightson sticker here. Now this, you may or may not know, but there was a limited edition of A Look Back, which is the Bernie Wrightson retrospective book that came out in 1979 from Land of Enchantment. And if you bought the limited edition signed and numbered version, you would get a print of an oil painting that was tipped in the front cover of the book. So you'd open up the book, and on the front inside cover, it was basically tipped in, means it was kind of glued at the top, right? So it was, and it was an oil painting of this. But this is obviously the pencil drawing, which I've never seen. The pencil drawing that, led to the oil painting. So that's kind of interesting that would be one of the prints. That's kind of cool. All right, and looks like we got a Bernie Wrightson sticker in here. I'm going to leave it in the pack because I still have regrets about when I was a kid and I got the Marvel sticker set, superheroes, and I stuck it all over my furniture, and I thought, you know what? If I'd been smart, I would have. Oh, this is going to be tricky. I want to scratch up this. There we go. If I'd been smart, I would have kept the stickers in their place, and I'd have probably a valuable collectible right now. I wish I wouldn't have sold anyway, but I don't know. That's just me being kind of crazy about collecting, as I am. All right, so let's take a look at this. We got this nice slipcase. Okay, so this is right there, Bernie Wrightson Art Tribute. It's got the really nice Tony Harris painting there on the back, which doggone, you can't get enough of that. Oh, this is in there tight. I don't know if I can get it out. Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. All right, so there's the book. I don't know who did this. Probably it says on the inside. I don't see a signature here. Let me see if I can pull this camera back just a smidge. I feel like boxing before I get it out of the way here. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, that's not Wrightson. Introduction by Steve Niles, Shannon Erden, and Tim Bradstreet. So this is a celebration of an artistic legend in pictures and words. That's from Creep Show. Okay. Cover art by Martin Schlierkamp. I don't know who that is, but he did a really nice job. Neil Gaiman says Bernie Wrightson was the first comics artist whose work I loved. Oddly, I don't mourn the artist. I mourn the lovely man who told bad jokes. Interesting. Then we got a thing with Steve Niles. Steve Niles, of course, worked with Wrightson on Frankenstein Alive, which was a comic book, kind of a sequel, I guess, to Frankenstein. This is a nice piece here. This is classic Wrightson, and by classic Wrightson, I mean pre-1980. So that's the kind of stuff I like the most of his. Sorry here, I'm trying to move this camera. This is a big book, so I'm trying to get it so that we can see everything better. There we go. So that's a really nice piece of artwork there that I have never seen before. And it's always surprising to me when I see a Wrightson piece I have not seen before. There's another foreword there by Shannon Eric Denton. I'm not familiar with him, but he must have had some relationship with Wrightson. Then we go with Wrightson again. Again, that sort of craggy photo of him, which maybe suits the personality. And then we get in here and we start looking at the artwork that people contributed to this book. So this is obviously a Frankenstein piece here, and then some dragon piece here. This would have been the Pepper Lake Monster, I'm sure. Okay, Let's see if I can get this situated here so we can see it better. We'll do a quick thumb through here. This is a great print, Toccata and Fugue in D minor. So a pencil illustration, and this was a print or poster also done, I believe, by Christopher Enterprises or Land of Enchantment back in the late 70s. Dan Panosian contributed here. It's a great piece. I'm a big fan of Dan's work. Cat Staggs, Frankenstein piece. These are action figure designs, concept designs for, dang it, doesn't matter where I move the camera, it's never in the freaking right spot. This is going to be the worst video ever, I apologize. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get right there, folks. By James Groman. Well, this is nice. Chris Bolton. Robert Duquet. It's a cool werewolf. Who is this? Ryan Sandy. No. We're going to thumb through this pretty quickly because there's a lot of pages, obviously. Ron Mars, How Bernie Wrightson Changed My Life. Ron knew Bernie very well. Steve Rude. Is that Rude? Yeah, doing Captain Stern and Hanover Fist. Sorry, I don't mean to slight some of these other artists, but I'm going to kind of zip through some of the highlights here. And we got another, oh, here's something by Chaikin. Of course, Chaikin knew Wrightson really well. That's really interesting. That Bo Hampton? Wow. That's real. I really like that. Oops. Crazy. Here. We'll zip through some of this. Ollie Garza. And it's a tribute piece to Jennifer, the very famous story in Creepy Magazine. Mark Irwin. I know Mark, I haven't seen him in years. Kelly Jones. Look at that piece. That's the, I assume that's the Unmen from Swamp Thing, or maybe just ghouls in general. That's from a oil painting that Wrightson did for the cover of Epic Magazine. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. Look at that. It's good. Who did that? Ken Meyer. Ken Meyer's a very good painter. Bill Morrison. Shane Oakley. Yeah, is that Barrington? Yeah, Dan Barrington, of course, doing a Frankenstein piece. That's very nice. I'm going to zip through this a little bit quicker here. That's based on the coloring book, Alien coloring book piece that Wrightson did. Mark Stroud, Thomas Yates, Tim Truman did piece here. That's interesting. It's nice. Nick Charge did that. That's cool. So there seems to be art in here, but like a lot of commentary and write-ups. It's Bill Morrison again, by different artists and different people. Jeff Johnson doing Captain Stern and Hanover Fist. Cool. It's interesting. That's nice. This looks like Wrightson Ink by Sienkiewicz. Now that's bizarre. 2012. That's very interesting. There's a Cullen Bunn, a horror writer. Right up there. That's from Plop Magazine, number 5, or Plop Comics. Uncle Bill's Barrel. That's an old story that Wrightson did for a fanzine back in the 60s. There's a lot to read here. Jimmy Palmiotti's contributed in here. It's interesting, some 3D modeling. Well, there's another Wrightson story. Tony Harris's piece, of course. That's a reimagining of Counsel to a Minion, which is a Wrightson poster from about 1977, I think. Again, Christopher Zavisa published that, I believe. That's cool. Who's that? Shane White. Rick Hoberg. Haven't seen Rick in years. That's really interesting. Kind of mock-up movie poster there. This looks like Kyle Holtz. Is that Kyle? Yeah, it is. Good. That's. I gotta give Kyle credit, man. He puts a lot of work into his stuff. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, Eric Powell. That's cool. Frankenstein piece from Brett Blevins. It's got Jennifer in there. That's from his Purple Pictography, which was some adult humor stuff that was in a basically ran porn magazine called Swank. Uncle Creepy. It's amazing the stuff I know, isn't it? Dave Dorman and Hanover Fist. Oh, these are both really cool. That's based off a fanzine cover, an RBCC cover from like 71 or 72. That's nice. That's disgusting, but nice. Wrightson and Joe Jesko, how about that? So Wrightson must have done the drawing and Joe maybe did the tonal work on it. Hey, look at that. Now there's a piece that's worth looking at. This was my contribution. I opted to go with the young Wrightson here. This is Uncle Creepy, of course. We've got the faces melting candle. He's holding a book of Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. So yeah, I kind of wish now I'd colored it. There's a lot of nice color pieces in there. Well, Mignola didn't color his, so I guess I'm okay. Look at all this good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to thumb through. The dog's going to start barking. Ooh, there's another Wrightson piece from 74 I've never seen. Wow, how cool is that? Well, it looks like there's a lot of like Wrightson pencils and stuff like that in here, sketchbook stuff. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. Santa and some elves. My goodness. Look at this stuff. Like I said, it's always a thrill to get to see. It's a nice portrait of Wrightson by Rick Leader. So we got more stuff in here. Oh, this is just a tremendous looking book, isn't it? Lots of different contributors in here. And a variety of material. Some repeat material, but in terms of subject matter. Look at that. Bill Stout got a piece in there. Had to be a dinosaur. It's always got to be a zombie dinosaur, though. I know Bill well. I've known him for years. Terrific artist and a really good guy. Anyway, there you have it. Let's see. All the artists are listed here on the back cover that contributed. I'm under many more. I'm down here too. Many more. So what a tremendous piece. So I would assume this book they might have overprinted so that it would be available. Don't know the website information for them. Monster Forge production, printed in blood is what the name of it is. So I think if you look up Bernie Wrightson art book, a tribute printed in blood, and Google, that would probably come up, and they would probably have some sort of website or information if you wanted to order this book. I'm going to assume, like I said, that they overprinted, that they could sell a few extras. So anyway, there's the book. As you see, there's just some tremendous stuff in here. I'm really glad I decided to go ahead and contribute to it, so I could be immortalized with all these other great artists. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. It was a little disjointed, more so than normal. But I would ask you to like and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Hit the notifications button so I can continue to bring you more unboxing content like this. And there's more coming. I got some more comics on the way, and we're going to be unboxing those soon. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you guys again. Oh, and let me say also that please check out my Wraith of God Blood Hunters campaign, comic book campaign. The link is in the description of this video. You might have seen at the very beginning that I was wearing a baseball cap that says Empire Comics logo on it. Those are available right now and are shipping out immediately upon order. And those are available on the campaign page as well. So thank you guys, and we will see you again soon.